Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to with Yin Yoga and your Yin Yoga practice about Santosha and Aparigraha, which are part of the niyamas and the yamas and mean contentment, can mean contentment, and gratitude. This is a practice you can do entirely without props, but I always suggest something to sit on. So go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. And begin to notice what you see around you. Notice if you notice any scents around you. Scents and smells. Pleasant smells, hopefully. Notice the feel of the mat or whatever prop you're using underneath you. And begin to notice the sounds around you. And as you're doing all this, allow your spine to elongate, creating space in between each and every vertebra, giving space to bring energy into our chakras. And finally begin to notice the sounds inside of you, whatever that may be. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes. Slightly tuck your chin, nice long neck on top of your nice long spine. And just take your attention to your breath. This practice is all about your back, your upper torso, and your abs. And it's also about creating contentment by being grateful. So this is the time of year when many spiritual and religious practices have some sort of harvest festival, and we practice gratitude. And there's a reason for that. You know, we've been through summer. Hopefully we've had bountiful produce. And the trees are letting go of their leaves as we are letting go of the things we no longer need. And we practice gratitude for those gifts from the earth. And that gratitude can lead to contentment or santosha. On your next inhale, you can open your eyes, bring your arms out to your side. We're going to start with some gentle movement. Palms face up, inhale up and exhale down. Inhale energy into your lungs and exhale, let go of any negative energy. And just continue a few more times gently. Just feel your body waking up. You don't need to warm up for Yin Yoga. But in the colder and darker months, if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's nice to have a little extra movement. And then come to stillness. Inhale, palms come up overhead, and then begin to bring energy down. Inhale, welcome in energy. And exhale, bring it down into yourself. And keep moving like that, gathering energy. Coming into your practice. Maybe being grateful that you have this time for your practice. Maybe being grateful that you are able to move this way, even if you can't do the asana, the postures, 100%, whatever that might mean. And then just let your hands rest on your knees for a moment. Inhale, bring the palms of your hands together in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. And then on your exhale, make a sound. Inhale, bring in energy. Exhale, let go of whatever you no longer need, making that sound. That sound is associated with our lung meridian, Today's practice is focused on the lung meridian as well as the heart meridian and a bit on the small intestine meridian. So it said that the heart, which is associated with fire, controls the metal element, which is associated with fall. So if we get too active, too passionate, too overheated in summer, we may be unbalanced. And once we balance that heart, we may be able to balance our lungs. A couple more times. Let go. Inhale, arms back to prayer. Exhale, pushing away what you no longer need, making that and then finally bringing your hands back into Anjali Mudra. And our affirmation I'm going to offer you today as we move through our poses is I am grateful for blank. And you fill in the blank. This is a great time to set your own intention. Go ahead and come off whatever prop you may be sitting on. Push it over towards the side if you feel you need it. And our next pose, feel you are welcome to go ahead and reach for it. Come into a tabletop position. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. And begin to bring your forearms down towards the mat. And then walk your feet so that they point down towards the short end of the mat. And take a minute to do whatever you need to get comfortable in the Sphinx Pose. Maybe putting a bolster under your forearms, under your rib cage, maybe blocks under your forearms, and begin to press into your fingers. Pressing into your fingers activates the upper meridians in our body. I am grateful for blank. Are you pressing into those fingertips still? Are you holding tension somewhere in your body? Notice, make any little adjustments you may need. And of course, as always, if you feel that you've gone too deeply into the pose or it's holding it for this long just doesn't feel right for you, you can always come out of the pose. Child's pose is a great resting pose. If you feel any strain on your neck, it's okay to tuck your chin a little bit. And either remain right here in Sphinx Pose or press into the palms of your hands and begin to straighten out your arms. This is a more intense back bend. So if you have back issues, it may not be the right posture for you. This is seal pose. Continuing to press into those fingers. And notice how when you press into the fingers, you begin to elongate that spine and release a little tension in the shoulders. Sphinx and seal pose are targeting our upper torso, our abs, and our low back. The last couple of breaths here. And begin to walk your hands back towards your torso. Gently begin to come back up into tabletop briefly. Bring the big toes together and the knees as wide as your mat, and slowly sit your hips back on your heels into child's pose. And doing whatever feels right in your arms. I'm going to suggest reaching forward and taking your hands together in prayer pose. Again, to really stimulate the heart and lung meridians that run through our arms. Just a few breaths here. And then take the palms of your hands to the mat and then walk them back to your torso. I'm going to suggest you grab something to sit on again. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together into butterfly pose. Let the hips fall open to either side. You might like a couple of blocks. Begin by sitting up, holding onto your feet and sitting up straight. Ball is falling all around me. It's okay. And just begin with a nice long straight spine. Again, if you happen to have back issues, this may be the best expression of butterfly pose for you. And here we're going to be getting into our torso again, our abs again, and our hips. And then begin to let your back round. That's comfortable. And take your hands out. If you have a couple blocks, you can go ahead and put them onto the blocks. Once again, pressing into prayer pose. Letting the chin dip towards your chest. Really releasing. I am grateful for. Last couple of breaths here. Begin to take your palms to the mat or your blocks or whatever is easiest in reach and walk them back towards your body. And then just raise and lower your legs a little bit, your knees a little bit. Hopefully you can hear that. Yes, we get very fragile after those long holds in Yin Yoga, and we need to move a little to move our chi, our blood. And let that go. Come on off of a prop if you're using one. I'm going to take my bolster, move it towards the back of my mat, and then come to sit up on top of it, bringing my legs out in front of me, coming into caterpillar pose. Again, you don't need a prop, you can sit right on your mat, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. And just like butterfly, begin by having a nice straight back. Again, if low back issues bother you, you may want to stay right here. You take your hands palm up or palm down, whatever feels best to you. And just take a few moments to begin with a nice straight spine again, chin slightly tucked. I am grateful for. And begin to let the head be very heavy. And let the chin go in towards the chest. Forehead is pointing down towards your mat. If you do have props and you're sitting up on a bolster, you might like to grab a couple blocks and just let your hands rest on the blocks. And let go of any tension you may be holding on in your body. And notice how when you let go of that tension, when you allow yourself to soften, maybe your body moves a little deeper into caterpillar pose. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly begin to take the palms of your hands to your mat, pressing your head back upright. Nice, long, straight spine. Taking your blocks off to one side, unless you need them to be comfortable in Savasana. Go ahead and set yourself up for Savasana. I'm going to turn and face you. But you can take that bolster if you're using it and put it under your knees. It often makes things a lot more comfortable for a lot of people, especially with low back issues. You can take blocks, put it under your knees, block under your head, whatever you need to be comfortable in Savasana. If you set an intention at the beginning of this practice, now is a great time to bring it back into mind. The ones I offered you were simply to take our attention to our back, our low back, and our torso, and our abs. All of these are touching upon the lung and heart meridians, which work together at this time of year. Or on a more subtle level, you can think about how when you have gratitude, when you practice a parigraha, that is much easier to sink into santosha. And in this case, I'm using the definition of santosha, that is contentment. And if it's comfortable for you, allow your eyes to close now. Otherwise, just let them become unfocused. And simply relax, nothing to do until you hear me speak again. Relax your forehead. Allow your eyes and the tiny little muscles around your eyes to relax. Allow your lips and the muscles around your mouth to relax. Maybe even letting the lower jaw open a tiny bit. And then allow your breath to begin to deepen as you move from Savasana, from doing nothing, allowing this practice to integrate back into your day. And perhaps taking a moment to give yourself gratitude for taking this time for yourself today, so that you can show up for everybody else in your life in a more contented way. Allow your breath to deepen. Begin to take any little movements that feel right to you. Wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankle, Nodding your head up and down, moving it from side to side. And on your next inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Reaching, reaching, reaching far away from the toes that stretch out to the bottom of your mat. And bring your soles of your feet to your mat, bend your knees. Bringing the knees in towards the chest and allowing them to fall over to whichever side feels right to you. Keeping our eyes closed, take a few breaths here. And slowly pressing into your hands, walking your torso upright, coming back into an easy seated position. Inhale, take the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Slightly press your chin in towards your neck. Rubbing your hands back and forth. Bringing yourself back into this day. And then letting your hands come to stillness. Then maybe fall into your lap with your eyes still closed, receiving this prayer. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you be filled with gratitude and contentment. And slowly blink your eyes open, taking in your mat. And raising your head, hopefully with a smile on your face. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I know you have choices about whom you practice with. If you enjoyed this practice, please go ahead and click the like button so that I can reach more people and help more people with free yoga. And if you'd like to practice with me again, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell. Take a look underneath in the description box so that you can join our private Facebook group if you'd like to. Otherwise, take this feeling of contentment and gratitude out into the rest of your day.